Hello and welcome to the Angie Strader Show. We have some amazing people that started Mobile Giving Foundation. Jim Maness is joining us, the CEO of Mobile Giving Foundation, and we have a couple other guests that are around the mobile giving scene, I guess you could call it. I've learned so much over the last couple of weeks about that whole mobile giving thing. Because if you're like me, did you ever wonder, you know when they say those little things, they text message you on your phone, or you hear about it, say text this code to this number and you're donating money? Did you ever wonder, does that really go where it's supposed to go? And how much of that $5 that you pledge or the $10 you pledge, how much of that actually gets to the relief efforts in Haiti, for example? Well, I have good news for you tonight, and I'm going to let our guests share that with you. So it's pretty refreshing and pretty exciting stuff. But the other thing that's a little bit different about tonight's show is that it's all on Skype. So it's just me in the studio tonight. These gentlemen that are joining us tonight are real busy. They're out making things happen and they're on the go. So for us to be able to get them here, we had Skype, and we're having actually one call in later because this flight was delayed. So let's just have fun with it. Let's learn about these interesting things that they're doing and how they're giving back. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started with our first guest. Let me go ahead and have a seat here, and let's bring Jim Maness on. While they bring Jim up on Skype. Oh, there he is. Hi, Jim. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, this is an absolute pleasure. And just for the viewers at home that know, I'm going to be talking with Jim up here right on the screen, but I have a couple of things I wanted to kind of brag about you a little bit for a second, Jim, if you don't mind, and then get you started, okay?
Well, thanks, Angie. It'll be, I'll be here embarrassed, and I'll blush, and you won't be able to tell.
Actually, the video quality is pretty good, so I'm going to watch for the blushing, but you deserve this. Well, Jim is the, is the founder and CEO of Mobile Giving Foundation. He has 25 years of experience in global wireless technology. That's a lot of years of experience in that field. But Jim is a leader in developing mobile channel for direct-to-consumer business. So that's what we'll be talking a lot about tonight. And Jim founded the Mobile Giving Foundation in 2007. So that's a pretty new venture that you're working on, and I know you have amazing results so far. He was working with the support of other leaders in the wireless and non-profit communities. And I'm going to go over later a little bit of some of the non-profit communities that you're working with, and there's quite a list that you're working with. So welcome, Jim. Office. Now, Jim, give us a little bit of background on what is the Mobile Giving Foundation. What does that mean? And then can you tell us a little bit about how it came about?
Yeah, absolutely. The Mobile Giving Foundation enables the mobile channel for charitable giving. So in essence, what we do is organize the wireless operators. We sit between the wireless operators and the charities in order to empower individuals to support causes with small donations.
Now, don't you give 100%, everything that comes through is 100% goes to the nonprofit organization that you're working with?
It does. One of the things that I asked the wireless operators to do when we organized this was to commit by contract that they would support mobile giving with 100% pass-through. So if you make a $5 or $10 gift today, and you'll get billed on your phone bill, right? Mm-hmm. When you pay your bill, the wireless operator, your wireless operator, sends that $5 or $10 gift over to the Mobile Giving Foundation without taking any fee for that.
That is so cool.
And then we in turn also pass 100% of that on to the recipient charity.
So, I mean, this is something that a lot of us have, I'm hearing a little bit of feedback. I don't want to make sure that we're okay on your side, but there's a lot of people that I've talked to, especially in getting ready for having you on the show. They're like, I always wondered if all that money went through. And they like the idea of, I'm sure the viewers like the idea of being able to give directly and know to the organization they're supporting, but there may be that question. And when I did the research and found out, yes, absolutely 100% is passed through, that made me feel good about, supporting something like what you're doing. How much was your the first check that you were able to deliver for the Haiti relief?
Well, yeah, so quite a change, quite a difference, right? So the first check for Haiti relief actually went directly. So remember, the Haiti earthquake occurred on January the 12th. Campaigns were live within an hour. 3 days after that earthquake occurred, the first wireless operator, in this case Verizon Wireless, issued a direct check by wire transfer to the American Red Cross, right? 3 days after that. So they paid not on donations, they paid based on pledges. It was on day 8 that the other wireless operators, by that point the other wireless operators had begun to remit, most of them through the normal processes. So the first check or the first wire transfers that we did on day 9 was about 3.6 million, maybe $3.8 million. Actually, it's right there, I forgot the exact amount. But we issued 2 wire transfers, one to the American Red Cross and one to the Yale Foundation, for both for millions of dollars. It was a fun and delightful experience with a little story around it, because of course we went in to our bank, the U.S. Bank, and they were not every day people show up to send millions of dollars of wire transfers. So they started asking questions. So what are you doing? Where is this coming from? That type of thing. And when they learned that it was money generated from mobile giving, people from the bank started to come around the desk and ask questions and take pictures, because half of them had contributed via mobile giving. And then the bank employees just felt so delighted that now they're participating and seeing those funds actually being remitted to charities who are making a difference on the ground. So we know that was on day 9. On day 10, we actually saw Wycliffe Jean with the Yale Foundation distributing water, food, and medicine in Port-au-Prince.
Behind it. So what I have is you are the CEO of Give on the Go. I love that, Give on the Go. That's such a catchy little title. Providing high quality, low cost mobile solutions for nonprofit organizations.
I would say the Haiti earthquake was that one watershed moment where the industry began to appreciate that there was tremendous opportunity in reaching consumers wherever they were in order to solicit donations, acquire new donors. But before the Haiti earthquake, it really was one of those propositions: is it right for a nonprofit? Is it right for our organization? And the Yale Foundation in particular had signed up with the Mobile Giving Foundation at an earlier period, didn't find that they were getting the traction that they had hoped for. They contacted our company. We encouraged them to reapply and get going again. And over the December period, they were not quite really engaged or committed to starting the program. And Jim Manis, and I don't know whether this was divine intervention or what, but he essentially put the application forward and encouraged me to get them ready, which is what we did.
Wow.
So that when the earthquake struck, within 45 minutes of it striking, their executives were on the phone to us asking whether or not that service we had been talking about tentatively had been implemented, and it had. So within an hour of the disaster, Wycliffe Jean already had put out a tweet to his 2 million followers on Twitter, which created a tidal wave of response from not only individuals, but other people who had Twitter accounts, who then put that same message out as a retweet to their millions of followers. And then that evening, when Wycliffe Jean was on CNN, Anderson Cooper 63360, more millions of people became aware, and they had the opportunity immediately to respond and make a small donation. In the case of Yale, it was a $5 donation, but they came in by the hundreds of thousands.